Hey guys, Peter here with 630. Let's talk a little bit about quality control and the process of how your bike gets to you safely. All right, so I wear a few hats here at 630. I manage quality control with the factories. I also do operations, which is logistics, getting the product from the factories to the warehouses, over the ocean, and then to different warehouses, getting that all sorted out, and then get those finally delivered to you. There are a lot of steps in the process, and so I want to talk about a few things that we're always looking for, and then some of the costs and benefits, and some of the things that we have to balance to get you the best bike in the best condition at the best price. One thing I want you to know is that all companies have to deal with quality control, right? And obviously there are different levels of quality control. It's in the quality control community, obviously there are different levels, AQL they call them, that you can get. They get increasingly expensive, and also you get at the higher levels, obviously you get fewer and fewer defects, but at a rate of diminishing returns. So you kind of want to find what's the balance. So every now and then, even with the highest quality control, there may even be a few defects. At lower levels of quality control, obviously more defects, but you get a product that may be more affordable. Sometimes at the higher levels, excuse me, product can actually become almost unobtainable because the quality control is so expensive. There's so many eyes and machinery, et cetera, going into the process. So anyway, we have pretty stringent quality control. We find that our damage rate is actually very, very small. And we also have a daily process of letting factory know and also letting our couriers know, currently mostly FedEx, but also some UPS and other carriers, letting them know about damage that happens at their hands, or if something's missed at the factory, or sometimes something just gets through that no one realizes. I can give you tons of examples, but things happen, right? And so as part of my job, we have our team gets feedback from our customers, saying, hey, this happened to my bike. For instance, when we first brought in our tricycles, the tricycles had a really cool reflector that went on the rear fenders. And for the convenience of the customer, they were already mounted on the rear fender. But what happened is, in that position, going through FedEx, and I don't blame FedEx, these are very heavy boxes, but they it's just got to go through this gauntlet. These men and women on these trucks are carrying a lot of heavy packages, and a lot of times the boxes will end up upside down in positions that they're not supposed to be. Maybe they're dropped off a truck or whatever. They have to sometimes endure quite a bit. And these reflectors, they were kind of a hollow, open shape, and like I said, really cool looking, and we still have them, but they were just kind of popping, like if you stepped on a light bulb. So that started to show up, and of course we would send new ones to our customers, and they would put them on. But as a fix to that, we stopped mounting them on the fender at the factory. Would actually put them in the parts box. So a tiny little extra step for the customer, but there was no real way without adding extreme cost to protect those reflectors. But then we add an extra 1 or 2 minute step to the assembly process. So this sort of thing happens often, especially when we bring in a new product. Something might be something that we don't even know might happen in the process of delivery and all of that. But I do want you to know that if you have some sort of damage that happened to shipping, or for some reason something's defective, maybe so for instance, sometimes a flat can occur. Even if you mount your own tire, the tube can kind of slip out, and then when it's inflated, the tube will pop. So now what we have the factory do is the factory actually inflates all the tires to full pressure, just to make sure that if the tire is going to pop, it's going to pop at the factory. They can change it out. There's lots and lots of tiny little details like this that we do, but we learn about them a lot of times from you all. Something might happen. Hey, my tube got flat. And we're not sure. Maybe someone ran over a thorn, or maybe there is a defect in the tube, or maybe maybe it was mounted improperly and somehow slipped through the cracks. But we take that feedback. We take it very seriously. We like to collect pictures, and we also like to collect serial numbers and PO numbers. Sometimes this feels like to the customer that we're kind of trying to put a barrier between them and getting their part. But really what it is, we try to make it as streamlined as we can, but we want all that information because we can take that straight to the factory, and we do every single day. We send information back to the factory and also back to FedEx about what has happened, okay? And then we send them pictures, and we can make vast improvements. Like that tricycle example I was talking about, we don't have any more problems with the reflectors. That problem completely vanished. We had a couple other issues with that first run of the tricycles. Another one was that the axle was rubbing on the frame. You know, not something that anyone predicted, but it was due to the way it was packaged that the front axle was rubbing on the frame and was gouging some of the paint. And so, you know, this was something that we really couldn't know until it kind of went through the FedEx gauntlet, unfortunately, because even though we do our own packaging tests, they don't quite duplicate what happens in the real world. I've even had sometimes, I've had the factory actually take a bike, package it, and ship it to somewhere far across the country and then back to the factory to see what happens in that process. You know, obviously sending out 1 or 2 packages, we're not going to have the same, you know, the same subset to figure out everything as when we're sending out hundreds and hundreds, and then we start to get, you know, more feedback. But all this stuff gets sent back, gets cataloged, gets organized, and we address it all the time, all day long. So I just want you to know that. It's just kind of an interesting thing. It's something that I do. I really enjoy it myself. It's a lot of fun. It's fun making things better and better and better. And it's also interesting sometimes the things that pop up that are unforeseen. You know, we're human, and you know, and we're not unique in this. This happens in every product, every category, every industry, every company. So you know, I don't feel bad talking about it, frankly. You know, but it's part of my job. Another thing too, though, is that so also getting, actually this is a different topic, so you can just edit that out, and I will say, so that's a little bit of the, you know, behind the scenes quality control for you, and I hope that gives you some sort of idea. If you have some ideas or comments, or, you know, if you want to let us know what you think about it, or if you received a bike that had some sort of thing and you want to let the world know about it, please leave a comment. We'll take it seriously. We'll take a look at it, and you know, we'll run it through our process, and we'll make it right for you. Okay, I truly hope that that was helpful for you. If you liked it, please do like it and hit subscribe. It helps grow our channel. And if you need any help at all, please contact us. You can call us at 310-982-2877 or email us at theteam@sixthreezero.com. Remember, 630 is spelled out SIXTHREEZERO. Theteam@sixthreezero.com. Thanks.